All right, Chargers home. Well, kinda against the Chiefs. I don't know, 65%. Although Thursday night, this might be tough for travel groups, right? For Thursday night to get off work that much, but still, it's going to be Chiefs jerseys all over the place. Chargers are 3-point underdog. 52.5 is the over under. I will be picking this game on the pregame show, which is the last Thursday night football pregame show on Fox, maybe ever. Game switches to Amazon starting next week, so you'll have to tune in tonight and hear my pick there. Bri, you're massaging this line. You want to buy a half a point. You trust the Chargers, but not fully. If they win this, they're in really good shape to take the division. They'll be tied with the Chiefs with 2 head-to-head wins and an easier schedule. You're buying a half a point here.
Yeah, I'm buying the half. I'm buying it to 3.5 to minus 130. The Chargers offense seems like it's back to normal after struggling. They had a tough time in that Denver game. Mm-hmm. But I don't know. I like the way they played the last few weeks. Herbert is covered in all 3 games against the Chiefs. And then plus, with the Chiefs, they're missing Snead. They're likely missing Chris Jones. That's going to be huge for their defense, considering how well their defense has played. I just get the sense this is a 3-point game either way. I mean, I would probably, if I'm taking money line, I'd probably lean towards the Chiefs here, but I like the getting 3.5.
Yeah, it's interesting because Chris Jones is definitely out, or no? He's not definitely.
It's not official. It's not official yet, but
then the Northwestern kid Slater's out, right, for the Chargers. So that's tough.
Yeah,
I think so. All right, Harry, you like the Chargers as well?
Yeah, look, 2 of the last 3 games they put up 41 points. Already beat Kansas City on the road. Have not lost to Kansas City by more than 3 since 2019. And Sal, you mentioned a win by the Chargers. They'd be in first place in the division by beating the Kansas City twice. Herbert in that first game was fantastic. 4 touchdowns, no picks. They get Keenan Allen back. And Mike Williams had a great game in the first game too. He had bounced back a little bit, had a nice game last week. In that first game, he had 122 yards, 2 touchdowns against the Chiefs defense. And all the Chiefs have been red hot lately and with 6 in a row. But I'm going to take the Chargers here at home, plus a 3.
Okay. Parlay Kid, you laugh when they say Chargers here at home because it's not, well, it is here, but it's not at home for him. Yeah.
That's my thinking here, Sal, is look, the Chiefs are back to being the Chiefs without scoring a ton of points here.
Right.
Yet they're winning games. I still think their offense is yet to fully click. I think that has something to do with the fact that they can't. Obviously, Kelsey's really their number 2 next to Hill, but they really don't have another receiver that has stepped up. But their running game has picked up lately with Williams and Edwards-Helaire coming back. They're running the ball pretty effectively, which I think can help here. And this isn't really, like you're saying, I think it's very rare now where you find a true home field advantage in some places, right? You watched that Cowboys game in Washington the other day. It was very loud for the Cowboys even. So fans are traveling. The Chiefs fans are going to be in full force, full effect here on Thursday night. I think until I could see the Chargers can win a big game here against the Chiefs at this point of the season, I got to roll with the team that seems to be peaking right now and has still yet to play its best football. Let's take the Chiefs here, Sal, minus the 3 points.
Yeah, I look at it and it's like the Chiefs really need to be home. It is, I think, a bigger difference for them at Arrowhead, right? To go through the playoffs like that. So they're going to want to, not that the Chargers don't want to secure the division title, but it's not as important for them to get that home game because it's a road game. Let's face it, it really is when it comes down to it. All right, let's do our props. By the way, we apologize for Monday. I think we were 1 for 12 with our picks, but you can always go against us.
Day.
That's the thing. It's really bad, but we're still way ahead of the game when it comes to first touchdown picks, and we'll have 4 for you in a second. But let's do our props. Parlay Kid, you talked about the running game. It's been pretty good for the Chiefs, believe it or not, so far. I'm going Edwards-Helaire over 52.5 yards rushing, minus 114. He's gone over in 2 of the last 3. He's gone over 53 yards, 4 of the last 6. He would have gone over last week too, but they were just crushing your Raiders. Sorry, Bri. So he only had like 10 carries for 37. They rested everyone in the blowout. Chargers, 31st in the league against the run. The only team they're ahead of is the Texans. Chargers allow 141 yards per game on the ground. And I think Edwards-Helaire can get half that number. tonight at SoFi. Brother Bry,
Yeah.
what do you like?
Yeah, I'm going to go with Kelsey over 65.5 receiving yards. The Chargers defense has struggled against good tight ends this season. Kelsey has done nothing the last 2 games, but against the Chargers earlier in the season, he went for 104 yards. He's actually had 90 or more yards in 3 of the last 4 games against the Chargers. So I think he bounces back here and has a big game.
It's interesting. You're taking the Chargers, but Kelsey over yards. Parlay Kid's taking the Chiefs and taking Herbert.
I know.
Longest pass over 38.5. Did I get that right?
Yeah, that's right, Sal. Herbert he's starting to throw the ball downfield a lot. He's hit over 38.5 yards 5 out of the last 7 games. The Chiefs secondary is suspect. Their defense is still, I look at, they're playing well, but I don't know. I wouldn't consider them to be a top tier defense in the NFL. They can be beat long down the field, and Herbert's going to take his shots, and he gets the ball up to Mike Williams, Guyton, as well as a downfield threat. I think being that he goes over most games in this. I think at almost even odds here. Yeah. I'll take the over 38.5 longest pass. And it seems like I always regret not taking it in so many of these games where you see one ball goes downfield, like the other day with Stafford, and you're like, damn, that was easy. That was too easy, right? So I definitely think I'm rolling with Herbert here. So he's a gunslinger. He likes to get it downfield.
All right, and Harry, you took the Chargers, but are going with you're going with the Chief player under here. Okay, you're doing it somewhat right here.
Yeah,
Edwards-Helaire under. Yeah,
you want Edwards-Helaire on the rushing. I'm going to go in the receiving. I'm going to go under 12.5 receiving yards at -114. 5 of his last 7 games, he's gone under 12.5 yards. In one of those 2 games, he had 13. The under in the first game hit against the Chargers where he had just 9, and like I said in the first meeting, Chargers 4th in the league in the NFL against the pass. I think they focus more on the other receivers here. I think, like I said, Bry said Kelsey. I think Kelsey has a bigger game too. I think Edwards-Helaire under 12.5 is the way to go receiving yards.
All right, now our first touchdown picks. Who will score the first touchdown of the game between the Chargers and the Chiefs? We lost last Thursday night. We lost Monday night. But, Bry, I don't think we've lost a Monday Thursday. I'm only going to say it once. We're winning. We're winning. We don't lose a Monday and then a Thursday. We could win a Monday and then lose a Thursday. We don't go back to back in the same week is what I'm saying. So one of these 4 names is going to hit. And I'm thinking it's Travis Kelce. Plus 750. Now, he hasn't scored in a month, but he does real well against this Chargers team. 7 for 104 earlier in the year. 9 for 90 with a touchdown last year. I think he only played him once last year. He's hurt. He's totally due. And I think we see the Chiefs offense we're familiar with settling in. Lots of Kittle, lots of Gronk talk. Maybe Kelsey's like, hey, I'm back. I need to step up here. I think you could tell who I'm taking on Thursday night. But anyway, Kelsey plus 750 is my first touchdown scorer. Harry, go ahead. Harry, you got to ruin it with a crazy name here. What are you doing?
I'm going to go 15-1 with Jalen Guyton. Look, he led the team in yards receiving last week with Allen out. Had a 59-yard touchdown. The week before that, hit a 44-yard touchdown against Cincinnati. He's the Chargers' deep threat. He really is. So let's try for first touchdown with a guy who scored 2 straight weeks and is averaging 29 yards a catch over those last 2 games. Guyton at 15-1.
All right. Allen's back, right? He was activated.
I saw it.
Okay.
I know.
All right. The brothers are going with the Williams brothers, although they're not really brothers. Parlay Kid, Darrell Williams.
Yeah, I'm taking Williams on Kansas City here, Sal, the running back. He has over 100 carries this year. He's got 38 receptions. Scored last week. He's actually second in touchdowns on this Chiefs team with 6. They kind of spread it around. It's kind of tough to pinpoint.
That's crazy.
Right? He's tied with Kelsey. They both have 6 behind Tyreek Hill, their leader. But Williams, look, he can run it in. He could also catch a ball and get it in at 11-1. I think we're getting pretty good odds here for Williams, who's a versatile back. Edwards-Helaire coming back has taken away some of his carries. That being said, I think Williams can get it done running or catching the ball. So let's take him at 11-1.
All right. And the aforementioned Mike Williams, brother Brian, back in the lineup. Harry doesn't care. He thinks Guyton's a better option. You were going Mike Williams.
Well, yeah, I debated Herbert here too at 25-1 because he's had a rushing touchdown in 2 of the 3 games against the Chiefs. So I debated that, but I'll stick with Mike Williams. He's had 2 monster games the last 2 times he's played the Chiefs. He went for 122 yards and 2 touchdowns last game. Last year to end the season, he went for 100 yards and a touchdown. He's kind of due. He's still put up pretty solid numbers over the last couple of weeks, but he only has 1 touchdown over his last 8 games, I believe. So I feel like he's due for a big game, and the Chiefs seem to be, again, with Snead out and struggle maybe potentially in the back end tonight. I think Williams has a big game.
There you go. Those are the 4 picks. Bet anyone with the name Williams, bet Guyton, bet Kelce. You're going to win. We don't go a full week without chalking up a winner there.